This is The Bottom Line. The Bottom Line on 938 Live.
Singapore firms should partner Taiwan companies to venture into emerging economies, so-called third market opportunities. At a recent conference, the Singapore Business Federation said the potential for such partnerships has yet to be fully realized. Travis Teo spoke to Aylwin Tan, Chief Customer Solutions Officer at Ascendas, Singapore.
Third market opportunities would be, let's say, we as in Singapore work with Taiwan, then we will go to a third country. Right, so in this case, it could be India, it could be Malaysia, it could be China, it could be Vietnam.
You mentioned India. Is this a particular market that a lot of companies in Singapore and Taiwan are planning to go to?
India naturally is an interesting market because of its huge size. And also, more importantly, is that it's got tremendous resources in terms of talent. You can see, how many companies have been able to transform itself using the talent pool in India.
Right, and in terms of working together, Singaporeans and Taiwanese companies, where are the particular segments that you see any collaborations between these two countries?
I think what is important is where can Singapore company best add value to Taiwanese company. The lowest hanging fruit is to be able to match the strength of Taiwan today. They are very strong in electronics, they are very strong in food, as well as machinery. And these three sectors, in particularly, are what India probably needs most now. For example, the Indian government has always been, interested to bring more electronic companies to manufacture there, because they are themselves a huge market for electronic products. Secondly, a lot of manufacturing are now happening in India, with investors from Japan, from Europe, from US. So naturally, they will also need machineries to be able to deploy in their factories. And last but not least is food. It's such a huge country, the demand for food from different parts of the world would be interesting.
So do you have an example of perhaps a Singapore company that has worked with a Taiwanese company to bring their product overseas to a different or third market, as you've said?
I don't know directly of any Singapore companies that do that today, but there could be, there should be some, but just that I'm not aware of them.
Right, but you're highlighting this part about third market and bilateral cooperation, right? So you're saying there is an opportunity there?
Yes, and I think we can do it because our hub in Chennai now, One Hub Chennai, is formulated based on a similar principle, where we work very closely with the Japanese companies. So we have worked with Japan to invest in India.
Right, I see. And since you have the experience, where are the challenges that you see?
I think the key challenges is basically understanding the way of doing business in India, the culture of the people in India, right? And this is where Singapore companies will probably have an advantage because of our familiarity with the Indian culture and the way of doing business.